Have you ever sat alone in your quiet home, looked around and wondered, it's just me now? So what do I need to keep life smooth, safe, and maybe even a little joyful after 70? Look, I've been around enough seniors and crossed that age threshold myself to know this. Living alone isn't just about enjoying your own space. It's about being savvy, secure, and keeping your wits about you. And no, I'm not going to toss out tired advice like exercise more or eat healthy. We're talking practical, down-to-earth stuff that makes solo life after 70 not just possible, but full of dignity, and maybe even a spark of delight on a good day. So get comfy, or better yet, grab that cup of tea you brewed and forgot about. Let's dive into the 10 things you truly can't live without when living alone after 70. Number 1, a check-in system that knows when to sound the alarm. All right, let's start with this, because it's way more critical than you might think. When you're living solo after 70, having someone check in daily isn't just a nice gesture. It's your safety net. I'm not talking about long, drawn-out calls or chatting about the weather with your sibling. I mean in a simple rhythm where someone expects a signal from you. Even just an okay text. I know a lady named Martha, 72, who lives out in the suburbs. Not a tech wizard, but sharp as a tack. She and her grandson made a deal. Every evening before 8 p.m., she sends a photo. Sometimes her teacup, sometimes the book she's reading. Once it was a piece of toast, and her grandson called right away, worried she'd burned herself. If 9 p.m. rolls around with no word, he calls. No answer. He drives over. Sounds intense, maybe. But last summer, Martha tripped in the garden at 7 p.m. Phone left inside, and it was swelteringly unbearable. That toast photo saved her. You don't need a whole squad watching you like an action movie. Just 1 or 2 people who know your routine and care enough to think, that's not like her. Doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to hold up. If texting's not your thing, hang a small flag outside each morning. Flip on the living room light at a set time or post a quick status online. Use a smart speaker if you want. Just send a signal. I'm good. No need to worry. 2. A notebook to back up your brain. You know that moment when you walk into the kitchen and blank on why you're there. Now multiply that by 3 rooms and a forgotten door lock, and you've got what I call Chaos Wednesday. Truth is, aging doesn't make your brain worse, but it sure makes things slipperier. Stuff that used to stick now dodges like a stray cat. That's why you need to write it all down. Everything. The small tasks, appointments, even fleeting ideas. Because when you're solo, no one's there to say, did you take your vitamins, or why is the water bill still sitting there? My friend Harold, 76, keeps what he calls the master notebook, with sections for debts, assets, medications, and even plans, if I vanish suddenly, as he jokes. He's got a page for things I keep forgetting I forgot. It's not just for emergencies. It's for daily clarity. If you keep wondering why your fridge is full of expired yogurt, or worry you paid the taxes twice, a notebook saves you from spinning. Do it your way. Paper journal, phone app, chalkboard on the wall, or voice memos if your eyes tire. The key is consistency. Write it all down, the good, the bad, and the wait. What was I saying? If anyone teases you, tell them you're not scatterbrained, just using a premium filing system. 3, a personal fund just for spoiling yourself. This one's close to my heart. Too many older folks living alone think their money's only for emergencies, medical bills, or leaving something for the kids. I say, forget that. Yes, be responsible. Pay your debts, keep the house warm. Don't splurge on a fancy car. But you absolutely need a tiny stash that's for no one but you. Call it your happiness fund money or proof I'm still kicking account. Whatever you name it, set it aside to remind you life's still worth enjoying, not just coasting to the finish line like a candle burning out. You've still got some flame left, darling. I know a guy named Edgar, 81, who lives frugally, a coupon clipping pro, but every quarter he pulls $50 from his Defiance fund. What's that? Money I spend to show I'm not done yet, he says with a big laugh. He once bought cool sunglasses and a ticket to an old movie. Another time, fancy chocolates and comfy shoes. When you're solo, it's easy to get stuck in maintenance mode. Pay bills, fix pipes, order meds, repeat. That's not living. That's just treading water. This fund is about claiming your place. Maybe a short getaway, new books for your reading hobby, replacing that lumpy pillow, or treating yourself to a proper meal instead of canned mush. It doesn't need to be much, but it's yours. If the grandkids ask why you spent their inheritance on concert tickets, tell them, because I'm alive and living costs money. For a clear folder for unexpected moments. Yeah, this one makes folks squirm. The what ifs. What if you pass out? What if you're rushed to the hospital and can't speak? What if a stranger finds you on the floor, your dog licking you because it's starving? Sounds heavy, but it's real. When you live alone, you're the only one who knows your life's details, your meds, allergies, where your papers are, who to call, and whether you want machines keeping you going. If disaster strikes and you're silent, helpers are guessing blind. That's where Clear Folder comes in. It's not about gloom. It's about caring for your future self. Think of it as a love note to your family doctors and your dignity. My friend Clara77 calls hers the "if I'm done for" file. She keeps it in a bright red box on the kitchen shelf. Inside ID copies doctor's number, current meds, emergency contacts, and a fun note. If my cat meows, give it some canned fish and move on. It's not about predicting everything. It's about sparing others from guessing in your worst moment. Medics, nurses, kids, they'll thank you. You're making things easier, proving you're the grown-up. Bonus points for a personal touch, a favorite quote. Beloved songs or "bury me with a scarf, my neck gets cold." That's your style, own it. 5. A one-button rescue device. Now let's talk about something too many put off until it's too late. A quick way to call for help. The fact is, living alone means no one hears if you fall. No partner nearby to rush over. Your pup might bark, but it can't dial emergency services. You need something you can trigger without crawling across the floor with an aching leg, hoping your phone didn't vanish. One press helps on the way. Remember those old "I've fallen and I can't get up" ads? We laughed then, but now it's just smart. I know a guy, Victor74, in a small apartment. He once slipped in the bathroom, stuck for hours because his phone was elsewhere. His niece found him, thankfully. Now he wears an alert necklace. One press and his kids in the fire department are notified. He says he sleeps better knowing someone's got his back if he can't reach out. Modern tech is cool, stylish bracelets, smart speakers that call if you yell, help devices that auto-detect falls. The trick: pick something that works when you're panicked, shaky, or half asleep. Test it. Can you use it with one hand or none? Set it up early, not because you're frail, but because you're wise. 6. A kitchen that doesn't fight you. Let's be real, kitchens after 70 can feel like a maze of traps. High shelves are like mountain peaks. That dull knife is an accident waiting to happen. Lifting a heavy pot when your hands have been shaking since yesterday. Nope. But your kitchen can be your ally. Design it around you, not some celebrity chef. Start with rearranging everyday items at arm's reach. No bending to dig in low cabinets. Stow rarely used stuff in the basement. You're not cooking for a clan anymore. And toss out gadgets that hurt your hands, that ancient blender that makes you grumble. Swap it for an easy-use model. No medals for kitchen heroics. My friend Sophie73 turned her kitchen into what she calls the fancy, lazy corner. She's got a microwave, a small pressure cooker, a toaster oven, and one good pan. Meals in 15 minutes. Tired. She reheats frozen dishes like royalty. She keeps a high stool by the counter for chopping veggies and motion sensor lights for late-night snacks. Cooking should be fun, not a battle. You deserve to feel safe and at ease. And a tip from me: buy good spices. You're too old for bland food. 7. An honest relationship with your body. No sugarcoating. After 70, your body pulls surprises. Joints creak, knees grumble. Stand up too fast and you're dizzy like you're on a ship. It's like an old friend who now teases you with random aches. Ignoring it doesn't make you tougher. It just lets trouble grow. You need to face your body head on. Know what works, what's changing, what needs attention. My friend Frank, 78. A former athlete brushed off fatigue as just age. Turned out he was anemic, nearly critical because he didn't want to bother anyone. When you're solo, no one says you look pale. Be that voice yourself. Foot hurts, don't ignore it. Heart flutters. See a doctor. Tell the doc everything, even the embarrassing stuff. Don't let anyone dismiss you. You know your body best. And go easy. Your body's carried you for years. If it's worn so, what you don't need. Perfection, just awareness and care. Aid a ritual to steady you through the haze. Living alone days can blur like a tangled mess. Forget what day it is. Water the plants, twice rewatch yesterday's movie. That's when you need a ritual. Not a schedule, but a ritual. Something simple that tells your brain, I'm here, this day's mine. My neighbor, Luis, 79, with a warm smile and a decorated cane, starts each day with coffee and classical music. Same mug, same chair, same window. He says it keeps him grounded before life pulls him off track. Rituals can be feeding fish at dawn, lighting incense and journaling, sitting still and breathing for 10 minutes. You do it for you, not the world. It's an anchor in the storm when loneliness creeps or your mind fogs up, reminding you I'm still choosing to show up. 9. A personal hobby that still connects you to the world. People say join a club. Like it's that simple. Some days you're too tired. Don't want to fake a smile or deal with loud chatter that leaves you out. That's why you need a solo hobby that feels like a link to something bigger. Something joyful, brain-stretching, soul-touching. I met Irene, 83. Widowed, no kids. She took up watercolor painting. Sits at home, paints seascapes, and imagines traveling. She says, no one interrupts, but I feel close to the world. It could be reading history knitting for charity, building model ships, writing letters to old friends, or tending a garden and talking to plants. You're living, not just breathing. Connection doesn't need a crowd, just passion. 10. The willingness to ask for help before it's urgent. The toughest one. We've all bought into the lie that asking for help is weakness, surrender. But here's the truth. Asking early is a strength. Waiting for a crisis strips your control. It's hard because we were the pillars, raising kids, working, holding it together. Asking now feels awkward, like a burden. But those who thrive solo ask for help before needing rescue. They ask a neighbor's kid to swap batteries before falling off a ladder. They tell the doctor about new symptoms before an ER trip. They share loneliness before it crushes them. There's no heroism in silent struggle. Loved ones want to help, but can't read your mind. Speak up. Ask your niece to fix your tablet or have a friend visit. You don't lose independence. You protect it. After all life's thrown at you, you've earned the right to a hand. That's it. 10 things you can't live alone without after 70. It's not just stuff. It's habit systems and a bit of heart. From a check-in system to avoid worry, to a fun fund for little treats. Living solo doesn't mean going it entirely alone. It's about crafting a life on your terms at your pace, with snacks you don't share. If this made you smile, nod, or think I need to set that up, hit the like button and share. Want more real talk? Follow along. We're building a corner to make solo living stronger and less lonely. Take care of yourself. You've earned it.